Guys, again, we only get an anniversary set once every 5 years. Wow, that's crazy. I would put this ahead of Evolving Skies to put your money into right now. If you are not buying celebrations or have zero of it, you are hyper trolling yourself.
If you are not buying celebrations or have zero of it, you are hyper trolling yourself.
Prepare for trouble!
Make it double!
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Team Rocket Joey. Yes, sir! So today, guys, we get to go back in time. Not even that long ago, literally 1 month ago, we get to go back in time to see what happened, why every single PokeTuber investor business owner got this one thing wrong, this one major important thing incorrect. So, before we get into that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I upload every 24 hours to the channel. And without any further ado, let's look at some data.
The data is the data.
So here we are going to realize that, do you guys remember the sentiment in the Sword and Shield era? Probably not, because a lot of you guys were not here. But during the Sword and Shield era specifically, elite trainer boxes were trash. Everybody had a million excuses why you should never invest into them. Only buy booster boxes, even though specialty sets don't come with any booster boxes. So I guess we're just supposed to skip specialty sets, right? Because there's no booster box. It's not investable. Well, we're going to look at the performance of every single Sword and Shield era booster box, because that's what everyone's talking about right now. No one is talking about Scarlet and Violet anymore. I wonder why. Maybe the Terra Crowns. Maybe because the era sucks. Maybe. Or maybe not. So, let's get into it first. We can see Sword and Shield base. I know you guys love screen clicker videos, screen clicker clone videos. Shout out to all my screen clicker clones that do data every single day. I really do commend you. This content is very, very easy. And for the most part, it's falling off. So again, I called this too a long time ago. You're going to need to get those creative gears going in your brain here to, you know, stick around long term if you want to be a content creator. So we can see here now today that Sword and Shield base is $650 a box. One of the trashiest sets in the entire era is $650 a box. Up 60%. We're going to need to keep this in mind the longer we go during the video. Up 60% on the year. On the year, up 60%. Okay, Sword and Shield base. Next, we have an even worse set. You could argue these are the two worst sets in the entire era, sitting at $500 a booster box. Up 57%. But shout out Opossum, but I know he does like Rebel Clash, so it is what it is. Next, you could argue that these are the three worst sets in the entire era. We have Darkness Ablaze sitting at $300 a booster box. Up 64% on the year. Now, Pokemon gains are extremely different than regular traditional investment gains, because if you were a traditional financial investor, you would only typically see 8 to 12% gains a year on good years over the long period. So these Pokemon collectible gains are extremely different. That's why people invest into this stuff, is because stuff like this can happen where you go up hundreds of percent a year, but for the booster boxes, 60%. So let's go into Vivid Voltage, the Vivid Voltage booster box. So in all fairness, these first four sets, booster box sets of the Sword and Shield era, did not have alternate art Pokemon cards in them. And you know what that means. They're trash, right? They're trash. They suck. They'll never be rare. They'll never be expensive because they're trash. There's no alt arts in them, right? Wrong. This is $230. And if you don't think Vivid Voltage can get up to $700, you're goofy. If Rebel Clash can get up to $500, this is undervalued right here. Darkness Ablaze under 300 is undervalued. Yes, I said it. These are both stupendously undervalued. So, next. Oh, wait. 67% on the year for the booster box. We're looking at booster boxes here, guys. Next, we have Battle Styles. Yes, another set that was $150 on release over MSRP collapsed down to $75 because it got reprinted into the ground. $220 today, up 65% on the year. Now, I was just looking at the top chase card. Well, not the top chase card, not the Tyranitar, but the Urshifu VMAX in the PSA 10. The Rapid Strike one is going for $200 right now. Severely undervalued. If the PSA, like, bro, we're looking at the same price as the box, something's off. It's either the card or the box is off. And hint, hint, it's the box. The box is undervalued. Next, Chilling Reign, $440. I know a lot of people like this set, but this is literally Battle Styles. If you don't know the lore of Pokemon, because you guys aren't really Pokemon fans, Battle Styles and Chilling Reign are the DLC content sets from Sword and Shield. So I believe it was called Battle Island or something. That's where Battle Styles comes from. I forgot where it was some Arctic zone where you go for a Chilling Reign. I forgot what it's called because I played it literally years ago. But no, Area Zero is from Scarlet Violet, right? I can't even remember, but I know Penny's in there, and you have to go into the whatever. Have to go in the cave, do all the Gigantamax things for the things, and the blah 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 blah. But $440, actually not $440. This is more like $460. Undervalued. Again, all of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 first 6 sets are extremely undervalued. Every box in the Sword and Shield era, unfortunately, is going to be over 5, 6, 7, all over $1,000 the longer that time goes on. Next, wait, what are we? We're at 109% on Chilling Reign. Oh boy, we're getting up there now on the percentage gains. Now we go into everyone's favorite booster box set, Evolving Skies, the most Hyper Shield set of the entire era, sitting at $2,400 right now today. Up 222%. Oh my goodness, there's not one single box in this entire era that has outperformed this on the year. There's not one box that's performed it. Next, look at this. Fusion Strike is now pushing $900 a box. You are paying over $900 if you buy it today. Off TCG Player, literally today you're paying over $900 for Fusion Strike. Shout out to everybody that was buying them with me at $80 a booster box. You are literally a walking legend. And it still stands. Fusion Strike is going to catch up to Evolving Skies imminently. Next, Brilliant Stars, another extremely undervalued booster box. This should not be $500. This should probably be right there next to Lost Origin. We will get there in a second, but extremely undervalued, up 133%. So far the highest is, this is on the 6 month because the 1 year chart is trash, but it's essentially where we've been at this whole time. 350, 400, up 82%. We'll just say it's up 100% on Fusion Strike. Evolving Skies up 222. Brilliant Stars up 133% on the year. Oh my goodness, booster boxes are this end all be all master investment, right? Next, let's go into Astral Radiance. $366. Super superiorly undervalued. And this set right here from the Sword and Shield era was based off of the Legends Arceus game. And apparently it wasn't well received, even though the game sold a crazy amount of copies. $366. It is now trending down from its peak of $412. And I have to say this, it is undervalued. Unfortunately, it is undervalued. Next, Lost Origin. $700. Pushing into, it's going to rapidly get to $800. And this is absolutely diabolical because literally 1 month ago it was sitting at $491. Hopefully some of you guys bought them at that price because you would literally be up 23% on the month. And this investment is going to continue to go up because it's out of print. That's the way that it works. When stuff is out of print, it goes up. When it's still in print, we get reprints, it goes down. It's simple. More supply, price goes down. Less supply, price goes up. Very easy, right? Net up 184. So, whoa, we're getting very close to Evolving Skies performance there. Next, Silver Tempest, the meme set, under $400, extremely undervalued. To this day, the Lugia is still, in my opinion, the #1 chase card from the entire era. People are not willing to accept the fact, and when they do, the Lugia is going to skyrocket. You also have a Rayquaza that some people think it looks better than the Evolving Skies Rayquaza. I personally do not think that it does, but it is a crazy card. Up 131%. So, man, I don't know what set in this entire era or box could have outperformed every single booster box. Is there one? Of course there's one. Look at this. Celebrations over the last year is up 224%. Wow, that is absolutely crazy. And let's look at Evolving Skies, 222%. The data, hold on. The data is the data. And, you know, it wasn't just that celebration box that outperformed Evolving Skies. Look at this celebration box, up 266%. And it's not a booster box? Wow, that is absolutely diabolical. And last but not least, Crown Zenith is up 272% on the regular ETB. That's not a booster box. I don't think that these investor tubers really know what they're talking about. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Guys, celebrations, and Crown Zenith both outperformed every single booster box over the last year from the Sword and Shield era in a major bull market. I hope you guys did indeed learn something here today. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I am bringing you the best opportunity of knowledge on the platform. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. All right, friends, I hope you learned something here today. And remember, I always like the way. All you have to do
Just let me in.
Team Rocket's blasting off again!